watching Let's Chat.
If you're a fan of Hans Christian Andersen, there is certainly something you want to take advantage of down in Dalton. And it's a really cool thing the Creative Arts Guild in Dalton is doing. It is their interpretation of the Snow Queen. Joining us to talk more about that, it is Jessie Sutherland. Jessie, good morning and welcome to the broadcast.
Thank you.
For those who may not be familiar with what the Snow Queen is, why don't you fill us in?
Well, The Snow Queen is a Hans Christian Andersen story written long ago, and actually the animated movie Frozen is also based off of The Snow Queen. And 16 years ago, we read the story, adapted it, and created our own ballet, choosing every costume, every prop, every set piece, creating everything from scratch. And it has really been a true labor of love for us.
I bet. And not to mention, there are a whole lot of details, as in any live production, but especially in something of this magnitude, because you've got people who hold Hans Christian Andersen and his work like way up here, and you better not let them down, right?
Of course, right.
Tell me how this has sort of changed and morphed and evolved over the years.
Yeah, well, we started with, limited budget and again, everything completely from scratch, creating it and building it from the ground up. And every year we have just worked on continuing to develop it. Some choreography stays the same each year, some choreography changes, so there's always something new and fresh to look at. Our costumes have done nothing but get better. And then, of course, I can't not mention that we also have a live orchestra. And that baby was built about almost 6 years ago. This will be our 5th year with the orchestra.
Wow.
But we created the score from scratch, and then with the help of Rodney Bishop, he turned it all into a proper score that has helped build our orchestra. And we are just incredibly lucky to be able to offer not just a dance event, but a music and dance event that is all live.
All right, Jessie, let me ask you this. There are a lot of productions, obviously, that you could do. Why this one?
Well, when I was growing up, my dance studio decided to take on their own version of the story of the Snow Queen, and I was their first Snow Queen. So it has always that story has held a very special place in my heart. We completed our version, start to finish, did our own version of it, but the story itself and my ties to it have just always stayed very close, and it's been an important part of my own education growing up when I was dancing, and something that I felt like we could really sink our teeth into and create something special for our community.
If no one has ever seen this particular production or any production at or presented by, rather, the Dalton Creative Arts Guild, what is going to be their big wow moment? What's going to be the one part of this show they'll remember for years to come?
Oh my, I think it is the joining of the music with the dance, all of that live, the connection between the conductor and the orchestra and the dancers on stage and how that flows together. It just can't be beaten. It's just such a beautiful moment.
And it's kind of a cool thing for you, having been involved in this as long as you have, to see the very small young dancers grow and change into the young adult dancers that they are today.
Right.
How long have
that has been very exciting.
How long have you been dancing?
So I started dancing when I was 3, and I started teaching dance when I was 14. So a few years longer than I care to mention. However, it truly is the driving force in my life and has been that way since I was really tiny.
Wow. Incredible story. And I mean, Jessie's story. Obviously, the Snow Queen is also an incredible story, and we do encourage you to check that out. Jessie Sutherland, by the way, if you see Tom Phillips in and around Dalton, you tell him Chip Chapman said hello, all right?
I sure will. Y'all please visit our website to purchase tickets, creativeartsguild.org.
I'm getting ready to tell them all about it. Jessie, thank you. As she just mentioned, the website, creativeartsguild.org, creativeartsguild.org. And again, the show begins tomorrow night and will run through the 21st, which is Sunday at the Dalton High School Theater on Manley Street down in Dalton. That'll do it for this edition of Let's Chat. I hope you will join us coming up tomorrow morning right here starting at 10.